Hello, welcome to my stamp studio. I'm super excited about tonight's projects. Oh, you're gonna love them. They're really cute. It's an adorable stamp set. We're working with the Little Monkey stamp set. It does come with a coordinating punch, so we'll be using that as well. I just realized I moved the punch somewhere and I don't know where I moved it to. I was just using it. Oh my gosh. I need that for the class. I was getting myself all organized and I have no idea what I just did with it. Oh my. I've got that circle in there. Okay, well, when I flip my camera down, I'll look for it. I can't believe I did that. I have the package for it. It's right here. So I know I had it out. I know I was using it. But my goodness. I guess if something doesn't go right, it wouldn't be alive, right? So I'm ducking down. I'm trying to find it because maybe I thought maybe I put it on the floor or something. Yeah, well. Oh, here, I can't believe it. It's sitting right in front of me, right on my desk, like I was organized. Like I have my stamp pad. I have my glue. And here's the punch. Right in front of me, right where I needed it to be, so I didn't lose it. Oh boy, oh boy. I feel like it's Friday today already. I know that's not a good thing. Tomorrow is Friday, and I've got a full day of work. But I feel like it's Friday right now. Like I want to go out and play, and I want to do something fun, and it's nice weather out, and I'm going to end up in trouble. Do you ever have days like that? Hey, Amy, I need to reach out to you about the Little Circles Club. I just, I saw you signed up for it. I wasn't sure if you were paying at the door. So let me know. Hi, Judy. Welcome. So Judy is from Ontario. Everyone say hi to Judy. Hi. Thanks for joining tonight. And thanks to everyone else. Oh, perfect, Amy. Sounds wonderful. And everyone else, thank you so much for joining. And I'd like to really keep an eye on how many people are actually watching. So every once in a while, if you could just kind of peek there and put a number out there. My goal for tonight is to get 25 people watching. So every week I want to try increase my numbers. So if you would share tonight's class, I would really appreciate it. So what is tonight about? Well, tonight is our virtual card class. So this class, you can actually get the class kit for free when you place a $35 order in my online store. Now that order can be for anything. It doesn't matter if you order the products I've used or if you want to order anything else. Yeah, when you place a $35 order, you're going to get this card kit. It contains 6 cards. There's 3 different designs. You get 2 of each one. And I'll be showing all of these to you tonight during the class. And you will get that sent to you along with a PDF tutorial. Now, I also have a whole bunch posted on my website. I haven't made that live yet because I'm going to do that right after the video ends. And I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube. What my goal tonight is also right after, I'm going to do individual ones. So there's little snippets. So if you have friends that like to watch it, but don't want to watch the whole thing the whole time and not have all the chit chat, well, then they can just watch the little section. Because when I do the little videos on each individual card, I really don't do a lot of chit chatting. So, but this is my night to play. This is my night with you and to celebrate with you and to talk to you and just, I don't know, have our community here. So I'm going to be talking and chatting and stamping, and we're going to have a lot of fun in class tonight. So I'm going to flip down my camera. We're going to get started because we've got some really cute cards. I can't wait to share them. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes, and I am going to turn my camera. And hopefully, there we go. Just about ready. So do you see where my stamp pad is? My punch is literally right here. I can't believe I couldn't find it. Yes, I'm a dork, but I am your dork. Just saying. All right, let me get my feet going here so I can see what's all going on. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is the class cut that you'll get. You'll get a little thank you in there as well, a little monkey thank you. It's going to come all prepared like this. So all of your card projects will be in their little envelopes. There will be a label on there, and the label will have today's class name and a link to the video. It'll be a link to the YouTube video. So that way, if you have to go back, if you don't stamp them right away, you can go back and watch it. So hi, Diane. Hi, Beth. Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy. Hoping I didn't miss anyone. Okay. So let's get started on our first card. So I'm going to show you, here is our stamp set. I'm going to show you some of the things that we're going to be using. We're going to be using these in color dots. So this is really fun. These are all the new colors. So this is our Pebbled Path, Wild Wheat, Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, and Boho Blue. So we'll be using those in our little card making tonight. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, if you do place an order and your order is over $50, you're going to be getting this embellishment for free. I'll add that to your class kit. It usually takes me about a week once the host code ends. So you do have to use a host code. It is on the link. It's in the email I sent. It's on the website. And I'll make sure to put that link right back in the comments. In fact, I can do that now. So I'm typing it, I can't talk at the same time. Okay, so it's right in the comments, so everyone should see. Oh, well, it didn't like that. Okay, let me try logging in as me. I mean, my business, and see if it lets me do that. I don't know, Facebook does funny things every now and then. Okay, let's see. Okay, where's my video? Here it is. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, let's get started on our first card. So we're going to make this adorable card. Now, this was a card swap that I got as a demonstrator. I coordinate with other people, and we swap cards. So we pick a stamp set, and we make, X number of cards, and we send them to our coordinator. And then that person will distribute them with all the other people that participated. So this one happens to be from Elizabeth Giles, and actually her card looked just like this. I changed it up a little bit because I really wanted to use my bordering dies, and I really wanted to use my copper clay. So just a little switch up. So sometimes I have so many ideas running through my head on projects I want to do that I just can't get focused, and I can't decide what I want to do. So that's when I go to my stack of cards. And let me just show you. You'll be seeing a lot of them. So I've got this stack, and I've got this stack, I've got this stack, and I've got this stack. So I have a boatload of ideas. And I'll be sharing a lot of these ideas on the lives as we go through, especially ones that are the same stamp set of the class that we're doing. Okay, let's get started on this card. So we're going to pull in our little class kit. So you get 2 of each. So you'll have 2 little envelopes with everything in it. And in this first envelope, let's move this to the side, get these out of the way. We're going to have several things. So, don't mind him. I just did that ahead of time so I wouldn't have to do it on the video. So you'll have a piece of the copper clay textured ribbon. You're going to have a small piece of basic white. This is to stamp your monkey on. Now, I will do a lot of the die cutting for you. The only time I don't do the die cutting is when it's something associated with a bundle. For example, I will not be punching out the monkeys for you or the bananas. You will have to do that yourself, so you'll need the punch and the stamp set. If you have a different stamp set that would work great with this card layout, totally fine. If monkeys aren't your style, some people don't like monkeys, then you can easily change it up, order what you want, and you'll still get the class kit. You just will do it with your own stamp set. All right, so we have a piece of thick, basic white cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4. All of these measurements will be on my website. So www.mystampstudio.com. Pretty easy to remember, same as my Facebook page. So yeah, it'll have a picture of the card and all the measurements. Okay. Then I have a piece of basic black. This is measured 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm just going over to my website here because I have all the measurements written down on the side here so I can make sure I'm telling you the right ones. I have a piece of Lemon Lolly, so this is one of our new colors. And this measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Now, depending on how many kits I mail out will depend on which piece of Designer Series paper you're going to get. Either you get the one with the dots or this one here. So you can use whichever piece. You might get one of each. It just, again, depends on how many people I have ordering that kit and how many pieces of Designer Series paper I have. So I think I'm going to just switch it up. We're going to use this one. My original card used the polka dots. I do like that one, but we'll try and switch it up. You have a strip here for punching your bananas. It's way more than you need, but if you want to stamp a lot of them, you can. And I think that's it for our pieces. So now, if you notice, we have quite a few circles. Oh, I will have to throw in a little piece for your white circle here. I don't know how I forgot that, but I did. So, all right. Everyone will get one of those. So I will have done that for you. So this is using our 2 3/8 circle punch. This coordinates with our Circle Sayings bundle. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now for us so we have one. All right, and I might as well do another one so the other card kit has it in there as well. All right, we don't want to be productless there. All right, so the next thing is, now while I have these full, because I'm going to do the die cutting for you, you're going to notice that there's going to be holes in the middle of your cardstock. So let me go ahead and bring in my die cut machine. I'm going to pull in the Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm going to be using the 2nd to largest circle and the 3rd to largest. Okay. So put that there. I'm just going to bring the big guy in because I'm cutting from the middle of this. Now this is a great paper saving technique for you. It just makes it much easier for me when I'm doing these packets to do all these at once. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my plates in here. And so I've got my small circle. I'm going to put that right in the middle. And then on the black, I'm going to take the larger circle and put that right in the middle. No one's going to see those. So as long as you have those centered, no one will even know that there's a piece of cardstock missing from your layer. So let's go ahead and roll that through. So because I'm going to do this die cutting for you, again, what you'll end up with is, you're not going to have the dies in there. Let me just put those aside here. You're going to end up with 2 holy pieces and then your circles. All right. Ooh, it's really warm in my stamp room. I think I've turned on my fan. Either that or I'm just talking a lot. Actually, it's a beautiful day here in Wisconsin. The weather has just been phenomenal today, so it gets pretty warm in the house. I didn't open up my windows. I didn't think about it. With my allergies bothering me, I didn't want to deal with that. So, all right, let's get layering our card here. So I'm going to layer my Lemon Lolly on top of my basic black, and I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal here. Make sure it's good there. I'm going to center that right on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere. I'm not going to adhere this yet because I need to tie my ribbon around there. We're going to build up our layers and then we'll tie our piece of ribbon before we put it onto our card base. So next thing is we have our black circle and we have our white one. I'm just going to go ahead and put this right on top of my black. Oops. Hey, if you ever have this problem where your, I'm sorry, my phone keeps going off, where your runner gets stuck, take it along your silicone mat and just run it. And it'll grab and it will get started for you. Okay. And put some on my paper. I don't know why I was having such a problem. I'm distracted by that phone ringing. I'm sorry. My neighbor, she tends, I don't know, she has like perfect timing. She calls when I'm in the middle of a meeting, when I'm in the shower, or I don't know how she does it, but she always does. All right, we're going to take our piece of Designer Series paper and the little border dies that we have. So this border dies came from this right here, and I just used this one. So if you notice, I have a piece of little Post-it note tape. So what I do is I lay this right here. I lay it right over the top, just like that, and then I run it through my die cutting machine. Then I have my 2 pieces for 2 cards, and it's already done for me. I like to do that because this one, it'll hold in place. So I just leave that with that. All right, so, but I've done that piece already, and this will be done for you. You don't have to worry about that. We're going to take our Designer Series paper here. And now my work surface is a little bit of a challenge. I have a mat on my work surface here so that I don't always have to bring one in when I'm stamping with photopolymer. So when I'm trying to score something or I'm trying to run my seal there, sometimes it just doesn't want to play nice. All right, so I'm going to layer that on. And then before I press it down, I just want to make sure it's nice and evenly spaced. And we'll add some more adhesive here. You can use liquid glue, whatever your preference is. And I'm going to layer this right on the top. Kind of just center that. Okay. And hopefully I cut it the same length. All right, well, I have a little bit of yellow showing. Oh, well. Okay. All right, so there we go. There's that. Now I can take my ribbon here and I can wrap this right around. So now, along with this card kit, you will get step-by-step instructions. I'll write them all down, or you can just watch the video, whatever it is. But all the PDF tutorials I send always have a color picture. It lists all the supplies. It lists all the measurements. Gives you any tips and tricks that you may need. There we go. Okay, and now I'm just going to trim those a little bit. So you'll get this little piece of ribbon in your kit. And I'm going to put this right there. I'm going to stamp right there. I'm just lining things up just to see where I want to have them. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Memento Black now. And let's pull in I'm Bananas About You. So I called this card Bananas About You. I'm pretty original with my names, huh? All right. Okay. All right, and just while I'm stamping and doing this, just a reminder that the new catalog launch party in person is next Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. So if you're interested in that, you can still register for that. Make sure you're on my email list. I'll be sending out a reminder email tomorrow. So get on there tonight. Okay, so I'm just put that right in the center. I'm going to put this one right there. And I'm just going to use my seal again. You could use dimensionals if you like, but I kind of like it a little flat. And there we go. Okay, now let's get to the fun part. Let's get to our little monkey here. And this one we'll be using blends, and we will also be using our punch to punch out our monkey. So I'm going to tell you that the monkey that punches out is actually this one right here. So when you have this flipped over, you can see which monkey it'll punch. Make sure your tail is going in the right direction, because it's not going to punch this one out. Your legs will get cut off. So make sure you're punching the right one. As you can tell, I've been using this one a lot. I'll show you the swap cards that I sent out with this bundle when we're finished here. All right, so you'll have this little scrap of white in your kit. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this up really good. I should have re-inked my pad here, but I did not. All right, so I am just going to stamp him right here, and then I'm going to bring in some colors. So I've got my copper clay, which is one of the new ink colors, and it's light and dark. You can use any sort of brown, or you can use any color you want to color your monkey. It doesn't matter. And then I have the SU900, which is part of our lights blends is what it's called. So there's another one that's just a shade lighter. So I'm going to go ahead and color his little face in here. And I like to color this one first because if I go outside the lines, that copper will cover it up. Now, if you have ivory, you have, see, I went out of lines a little bit. If you have crumb cake, you can really use any sort of color. All right. And I'm going to take my dark here, and I'm just going to run a little bit under his chin, maybe a little bit right here. A little bit on his arm. You don't have to do blending if you don't want to. You can just use the color just like it is. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to finish it with a light. So I'm pulling in that dark into the white areas here. All right. So I do have to concentrate just a little bit on this here. So I may not talk right away. Just because I want to make sure I'm not coloring too far out of the lines. I could always grab my color lifter and fix it, but you know, that's on the other side of the room, and I'm kind of lazy. So we'll just take our time. Now the chisel side works really good for this too. So after a while, you'll notice that your brush side may get a little worn. So if you're trying to get the detail, use your chisel and turn your project as you go. It's much, much easier to color when you do that. So again, I'm just trying not to get too much color in the wrong places here. Okay. So last weekend was my son's baby shower for his twins that are coming due soon. Kaden and Casey are getting big. They're about 4.5 pounds now. So, yeah, we're hoping that they're going to be, you know, over 5 pounds when they're born so they can come home and not have to be in the hospital. So now, you see, I just slid this in. I lined it up, and I'm going to go ahead and punch that. Now, these are pretty easy to fussy cut, too. There's a couple other ones that will be fussy cutting, but, you know, I am the kind of person, if I have a punch, I'm going to use it. Because I can't. All right. So now we have our little monkey here. And we need to have some bananas for him, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put him on some dimensionals here. And I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. And the reason I'm doing that, and I feel like I'm really low. Let me move my camera up a little bit. I don't know what happened here. So just be prepared. I'm moving my camera around. I feel like it was like collapsing down on me here. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to use my little mini dimensionals here. Now you can see more of my project and not, I'll get some of the mess from over here out of the way. I actually have my desk pretty clean today. I can actually find things except for the punch. Don't you hate when that happens? Like, you know it's right there. Like, it's got to be right in front of you. Like my phone charger today, too. I'm like, where did I put that? Where could I have possibly gone with it? Well, I took it to my son's house this weekend when we had the shower so that I could charge my phone. So in case someone needed to call and get directions, whatever. Well, I ended up leaving my phone in my car. I took the charger inside. Yeah. So if someone tried to call, yeah, I wouldn't have known. Dork. He got a lot of really cool things. They wanted diapers, and they got quite a few diapers and some wipes and all sorts of little kind of smaller toys. We had bought him the cribs before, so he was all set with that. Now, when I'm punching my banana, let me close this here. Give you a couple tips. You notice which way the crescent is going there. So when I stamp, I want to make sure that I kind of have that crescent going the same way. Because this is a small little strip here, I want to make sure that I'm cutting it out evenly. So like I said, you'll have a long enough strip to make multiple. So if you find that you want to do a whole bunch of them, you can. So if you want him tossing them up in the air or just holding a bunch, you can do that. But for the video and the class, I just wanted to do one really quick. So I'm going to take this, and I'm also going to put a mini dimensional right on the back of that. So if you notice, I didn't put any dimensionals behind his little arm there. That is so I have this one and won't be popped up too high. All right, I want to put that right on his arm. There we go. Now all we need to do to finish off the card is put in our card base, and then we'll need to add some of our embellishments. Oh, hello, run. Now I'm just going to make sure that I've got enough adhesive here. Okay, like I told you how to use it, and apparently I can't use it myself. All right. Okay, now I can stamp on the inside, but if I'm going to do any sort of blending, I don't want to do that on the inside, because what will happen is it will bleed through. So if you want to do some coloring on the inside, or stamping on the inside, go ahead and take another piece of cardstock and just put it on the inside. Let's get our embellishments here, and we're going to go ahead and grab our wild wheat, and let's see, we'll just grab, sometimes these are tricky to pick up. I'm going to try this little spatula here. All right, I'll put one right here. Oh, now it's sticking to my spatula. And wow, I didn't even realize I put on nail polish that was going to match tonight. I cracked myself up. Okay, this spatula is not going to work. I'm just going to have to use my fingers. And let's grab another one down here. So you can put as many or as few as you would like on there. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so that's our card. So here was the original one I did with the polka dots, and here's the one I did with the little hashtaggy things, or hashes. So both are really cute. Okay, card one. Card one, done. All right, let's put this back in its pile here. Put my envelope with that. Now, I'm going to give you a tip too about stamping your envelope. So let's say we wanted to stamp a little monkey on our envelope. What I'm going to tell you to do is grab a scrap piece of paper, and I just need to grab a scrap. I don't have one handy here. Let me just grab something out of here. All right. Oh, okay. So I'm just trying to take the scrap paper here. You don't have to see all my other little notes. All right. This was actually my wish list. All right. And I am just going to slide this on the inside of my envelope. And I'm going to put it over on this side, I think. All right. And then I'm going to take my little monkey again. And for grins and giggles, let's grab one of the different monkeys. Let's grab this one. All right. And I can stamp him right here. Just like that. And we'll grab our blend here. The reason I put that piece of paper on the inside is so that I can use my blends on my envelope and it won't color through to the back of the envelope. Please don't put your card in there before you do this either, because you will color through onto your card. You don't want to do that. You took so much time to make it. Don't do that, boo-boo. Because that's one of those crafting end moments for the day when you do something like that. It's like, oh, I can't believe I did that. I'm done. I'm done. All right, and I'm not actually going to be blending a lot. I'm just coloring this one in. The more you blend, the more it's going to bleed on the back. So, and this is a very thin paper, so just go with that. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't blend, but again, the more color you add, the more it's going to bleed through. Right. I want to be very careful I don't go outside the lines, because it's not like I can erase it from the envelope. And everyone's going to see that. Okay, let's bring back in our light color again. And we'll get his ears. And we'll get his little face. Now, for some reason, these light blends, oh my gosh, they have a very distinctive scent. Whew. It's kind of strong. And I kind of feel like his little nose needs to be colored in. Oh my gosh, that's even cuter. I gotta do that with the card now. Oh, that one doesn't have it. Oh, we're gonna still color that in. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that adorable? Okay, remember to pull that out before you put your card in. All right, sign, seal, and deliver. Okay, next one. I'm gonna put these back in here because I keep putting my elbow on them. I'm afraid they're gonna stick to my elbow. Now, this card was designed by Dina Rico in the Creativity Cave, and she was in one of my swaps. This was not her original one. This is the card that we're going to make. And this was the one that I received from her. So I just changed it up. I changed up the rectangle that I had. I just tied a bow here instead of tying my linen thread all the way through, and I just changed up my designer series paper. So really nice and easy. So if you're a demonstrator and you do swaps, use people's ideas. That's what it's for. That's why you swap. That's how you get ideas. It's okay to do that. Just give them the credit. So when you're telling someone about this card that you came up with, just say, hey, I got it from Dina, and just wanted to share it with you. Totally okay to do that. All right, so let's bring this in. Let's bring in all of our pieces here. So what you're going to find in here is you're going to find a little piece of basic white. It's just a scrap. You're going to be stamping your monkey on that one. You have a piece of crumb cake, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. They're all scored the same way. I didn't feel like changing it up today, so I didn't. You have another strip of basic white. This measures 3 1/4 inches by 5.5. It's going to go all the way across. Now, hopefully I measured well. If not, you'll just have to trim it down a little bit. And then this is designer series paper, which is 3 by 5.5. Now, this designer series paper came from, believe it or not, the Les Shops. Les Shops? Le Shop. I don't know how you say that. The shop stuff. The shop designer series paper. So while I'm thinking monkeys probably wouldn't be good in a shop window, right? I thought, oh, there's some really fun patterns in here. And so the one that I decided to use was this one. I was really torn between which one I wanted to use here, but I ended up with that one. So yeah, just some other fun patterns in here. So if you like designer series paper, this is a fun one. All right. Oh, I poked myself in my head. Okay. Then you're going to have 2 deco rectangles. One is going to be for the outside of your card, and one is going to be for your sentiment on the inside of the card. Now, this one has a little dot on it. Let me see if I can erase that. If not, I'm going to be stamping my tree on that part. I'll make sure that none of yours have that. I don't know how it got there. All right. So before I can put anything on my card base, I'm going to take this and just give it a good pinch here to kind of get that to sit flatter. Let's see, I need to bring in a scrap piece of paper. All right, and instead of using our memento, we're going to go ahead and use our crumb cake stamp pad. And I'm going to take the little leaf image here, and we're going to put these other ones back right away, just so I can keep going. Ooh, something flew across my screen. I was like, what is that? I have a carousel of products going. That's what it was. Okay, so here we go. All right, so now this, I'm just going to stamp randomly around my card. Doesn't matter what direction. Sometimes it's easier to turn your cardstock, than to turn your wrist. So I like to rotate my stuff around. Now, I'm probably going to go 2 layers deep here. I know that's going to take up quite a bit, but I'm thinking that some of this area is going to show through. So I want to make sure I have some stamped image there. So we're just going to go into some of these, areas. I didn't stamp on my stamp pad when I did that one. Just to make sure that if it's showing, it has something there. All right. Close that one up. Grab my chamois here, clean this off. I do like using my chamois when I clean my photopolymer. I feel like it cleans them better. But to give them a deep clean, I will use my scrub. So the chamois come in a package just like this. All you have to do is open it up and get them wet, and they are good to go. So this is a nice new one. I've had mine for a while. I use them all the time. They get a little hard after a while, and that's when you have to replace them. They're not permanent. All right, so I'm going to layer these two together here. Again, if this designer series paper doesn't float your boat, there's other designer series paper you can use. You can use any color. You could even use, was it Bold and Beautiful? It's a designer series paper I used for the Circle class, the Circle Sayings class. Okay, this little guy is just not working with me tonight. I think I'm pressing too hard is what it is. Yep, that's what it is. I'm so still used to the old stuff where you press really hard to get that little roller to go. You don't have to do that with this. All right, so let's open this up because I know I'm going to have to trim one of these ends. So this end is layering nicer, so we'll go ahead here. All right. And I just have a little bit to cut off, so just grab your scissors, trim it right down. No one will know. Sometimes I'm a hair off on my cutting. It happens. Okay. So now we're going to have this in front. We are going to pop this up on dimensionals, so I want to do all my stamping and everything else before I actually put this on dimensionals. Okay. Hi, Becky. Welcome. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you this evening? Okay, so let's go ahead and grab in our little branch here. All right. So let's see what other fun things. Oh, about the shower. So I had all these cute little party favors all planned, right? And I woke up in the morning and it was pouring rain out. I mean, pouring. And this is going to be outside, like inside and outside. I was just about in tears. I'm like, oh my gosh, the ground is going to be wet. The table is going to be wet. The chair is going to be wet. What am I going to do? By the time I got there, it stopped raining and it lightened up and it didn't rain again. So that was a wonderful thing. And it was pretty warm for a while. But then when I got there, well, I had to go pick up food from the grocery store that was being prepared for me. So I was getting hot ham and stuff. And so I didn't have to cook it. Didn't have my order ready. So I had to stand there for an hour waiting for them to prepare my food. So that put me behind schedule. And then when I got to the house, the electricity was off. Just like, are you kidding me? What else can go wrong? People got there early. They wanted to come and help. And at that time, I was just way too stressed out because nothing was going right. It turned out nice. It was beautiful. The cake was yummy. The food was good. So made enough to feed 50 people. I was going to show you one of my little gifts in just a moment here. And I got a little black on there. So let's go ahead and take my little eraser here. And hopefully I can get that off. If not, I have a way to hide that. So it'll be a little different from my original card. Okay, let's get to coloring here. So I'm going to put away these blends that I didn't use, and I'm going to pull in my Parakeet Party and crumb cake. Now, why do I have so many? Because my crumb cakes are starting to dry out. So I have to pick and choose sometimes which ones I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start with my, well, let's just try this one. Yeah, no, that one's dried out. Yes, these are, you know, ones that you have to replace. It happens. Yeah, this is... Yeah, all right. Well, we'll color it best we can. So you can hear it squeaking. Yeah, it means it's getting dried out. Right. I used this quite a bit when I was coloring some things. So I'm going to add just a little bit of dashes in here in the dark. And then I'll come back in with this. Hopefully this other light will work better. There we go. Blend those in to give it more of a bark look. All right. Now let's grab our Parakeet Party. You can use whatever green you have. I just felt like using a nice bright green. You know me and my brights. I like using bright colors. Granny apple green, old olive, shaded spruce. Any of those would work. It does not matter. Okay. Now let's grab our little swinging monkey here. And that's this one right here. And I am going to actually... Hold please, I'm trying to find the monkey I already cut out. Oh, here he is. Okay. Got him. So we'll put this up there. We'll grab this one. We'll grab our little swinging monkey dude. Or dudette. Whatever you want to call him. All right. Just finished mowing before we got rain. Oh, yeah. Our grass is so long. And because my allergies are so bad, I can't go and mow the lawn until like June. I can't be out there. So, yeah, it's a nightmare. I did go out on Sunday last week to mow. I got halfway through the yard. I'm like, yep, done. All right. So I'm just going to stamp this here. I'm going to be cutting him out, so I'm just going, it doesn't matter that I had some little goobers on that side. I'm not worried about it. And we're going to color him in our dark crumb cake here. All right. And I'm just going to keep coloring. So I'm just going to, since I already have him done. Yep. So, you know, when you're doing this, you can take your fine tip and go right around your tail. All right, so I'm going to color that all in with the dark. I'm going to bring back in my light and color in the little face here with the light, and color in the ears with the light, just like that. And then, you know the drill. By the magic of TV, it's all colored and cut out. I love that little magic wand. I should have gotten that so much sooner. It does wonders for getting my projects done. Okay. So now we're going to take this, and he's not going to fit on there, just so you know. He's going to hang off a little bit, and that's okay. Because we're going to put him on the card base. All right, so we've got our card base there. Now, I said I was going to show you how you can hide a boo-boo like that. Easiest way to hide something like that is to take one of your blends and spatter on your cardstock. So I'm going to, just trying to think what color I'm going to spatter with here. I didn't really want to spatter with the black, but I think I may have to because it is black. All right, so by spattering, I'm just going to grab my blend. I'm going to open my brush side here, and I'm just going to whack it with my cone folder. And now I got way more than I wanted on there, but it's all right, all good. And we'll put that right on the front of our card. Adds a little texture to it. I could splatter the front of this one as well, but I did not. All right, so let's get our pieces here. Again, I do like my original one where it doesn't have the spatter better, but it happens. Sometimes you gotta hide the boo-boos. All right, so we'll put this right in the middle. We'll take our liquid glue, and we're going to put that right along his little feet and legs and arms, along his tail, and it's getting clogged here. What is going on? So all I have is this fine tip liquid glue bottle that I picked up on Amazon, and I actually just take my liquid glue and just fill it. So I use this to fill it. There we go. Okay, so he's swinging by to say hi. Let's finish off our card. Oh, I got spatters on that one. All right, well, we'll make it consistent. So we're going to put this on the inside of our card here. And I'm going to swing by to say hi. And I'll just leave it blank so I can write whatever I want on there. Okay. Let's grab our embellishments here, and I'm going to grab my linen thread. So you'll have a piece of this linen thread in your card kit as well. Again, you get 2 of each card. So grab your bow and make your bow whatever size you want. I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller here. All right. But I do want to have these little things hanging there like that. So I can add a little more curl by actually taking my bone folder and just kind of curling it like that. Or I can just leave it like it is. Sometimes when you take it off that roll, it's really curly already, so you don't have to worry about that. So now we'll take a little glue dot, roll that little glue dot into a little glue log. I always think of like when the kids were playing with Play-Doh and they make those little Play-Doh worms. All right. I don't know what makes me think of the weirdest things, but yes. Okay. Now we just need some embellishments on here, so let's get some on. I'm going to pull my original card too because I forgot to add those on. And I'm going to step out of my color zone and I'm going to go ahead and add some blue on there. This is boho blue. And we'll grab one more and we'll put it right, I'll just put it right there. All right, this one, I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, let's just change it up. Let's just use our Berry Burst. Because I haven't used, not Berry Burst, this is Moody Mauve. It looks more like Berry Burst to me, but it's Moody Mauve. Okay. So there we go. Card number 2 without Boo Boo. Card number 2 with Boo Boo. Okay. Move that cardstock out of the way. Put a couple things away so we can get to our last project. Can't believe how quickly this is going. So before I get to my last project, I'm just going to share with you one of the things I did. So I had this snow globe stamp set. So I took my printer and I put, "Thank you for popping by our baby shower," and I put their names. And then what I did is I actually attached this to little bags of popcorn. So everyone got little bags of popcorn. Funniest thing, because it was a family shower, so it was men and women and children, so it was, you know, a lot of fun. There was one of the little girls that she loves popcorn more than, like, she'd take popcorn over ice cream or cookies any day. Any day. She wouldn't even eat the cake. She just wanted the popcorn. She was so funny. She grabbed all the popcorn and stuffed it in her diaper bag. And took a whole bunch of popcorn home. My son's like, "I'm sorry, Mom." I'm like, "Why? You know, it's gone. I don't care." Yeah, that got put out late. It was kind of funny. So baby mama was with me and she's like, "Oh, do you need help with that?" I'm like, "Oh God, please." So she helped me put it all together and yeah, didn't have it out in time, but oh well. It got taken. Okay, this is our third card. Now, I happened to find this card out on Pinterest. Again, there's times where I just got so many card ideas running through my head. I can't, it's like a squirrel. I can't pick out which one I want to do. So sometimes I just have to get ideas from other places. So this one came from Anne Alexander. Now, in your kit, I am not going to be able to do the embossing for you because you have to do the stamping before you can do the embossing. So I won't be doing the embossing for you, but you'll have everything that you need in your kit. So you get your 2. We'll pull all this out. So there's quite a few pieces in this one as well. You have a 3x3 copper clay cardstock. You're going to be punching out your little monkey. You're going to be punching out your monkey face and ears. You've got some linen thread to tie around. Now, this will only tie a single bow. I didn't like how the double looked after I did my cards, so that's why this is a single one. You've got a little strip here for your sentiment. This is your 3 3/4 by 5 basic white, which layers onto a piece of Parakeet Party, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and it lays onto Daffodil. Again, I'm just with the brights. I was way into the brights today, and well, not today when I made the cards. All right, I need to just kind of redo my little fold here. I must have paid attention when I was doing that. And then you have a larger piece of basic white. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is for the inside of your card. All right. So let's get stamping here. I know that I'm going to be popping these 2 layers up with dimensionals, so I don't want to adhere it to my card base yet. I'm just going to layer them over here right now. and get my pieces kind of in order that I need to do. So on here, this will be a monkey face, this will be the monkey, this will be the sentiment, and this will be the leaves. So let's go ahead, let's stamp our monkey first. So we do want to make sure that we're grabbing the right monkey, this one here, so you can punch it out, because you'll be really bummed if you don't use the right one. Just saying. I've done it. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I grabbed the wrong one again. However, if you have a Stamparatus and a silicone mat, you will be able to do a reverse one, and I'm going to show you the card that I made using that technique. So we're going to get this all stamped first. I'm really going to have to press here because this stamp pad is not juicy. All right, so I'm just going to stamp it down this corner here. All right, I need my black again. I need to stamp his little face. So let's bring back in our scrap here. And I really just want to make sure I'm inking up the ears and the face there. So let's get that stamped. All right, the ears not so much, but the face definitely. So let's go ahead and punch out our little face here. So when you do this, this is where the face is down below. That's not a little heart, that's actually the face. So you take your little strip here, and you do have to pay attention to where that is. So line that up. Now you could also punch it out and then stamp it. I found this to be much easier. At least it was for me. All right, so now I need two ears. So this is one of the ears and this is one of the ears. So I'm just going to insert that piece right there. And I'll insert this one over here. There we go. And we can assemble our little guy here. Oh, I need to punch him out. So I'm going to slide this in. Line it all up. So when you punch the other one with the other tail's going the other side. You're going to be like, oh, I punched the wrong one, or I stamped the wrong one. Yep. Just use that one. So I was trying to come up with a card. I thought it'd be really fun if you would stamp these in all the different, a bunch of different colors, and then kind of connect your monkeys. So let me see if I have another monkey here. I thought I did. So if you were to connect them all like this, you could make like a barrel full of monkeys. How fun would that be, right? This is that reverse technique I was telling you about. Okay. Uh-oh, I lost my other ear. I don't see it. Did I accidentally? There it is. It's like, did I throw it away? All right, so let's take a little bit of our glue here. And, okay, this is really going to bum me out that it is so clogged. All right, well, now if I squeeze too hard, it's going to come shooting out. All right, we'll just grab this one. And all over my project. So this one I'm just going to, there we go. Okay. Now the easiest way I have found to pick up these small little pieces is to grab my Take a Pick tool and put it on there. It just works so wonderfully with those small little pieces of paper. So if you're a paper piecer, whatever, this is a good tool for you. All right. So there we go. So there's a little monkey. I kind of like that little nose colored. So I'm going to color his little nose. But I'm going to warn you, when you're coloring on cardstock, this cardstock is much more absorbent than your basic white and your basic vanilla. That has like a coating on it. So it like really, it leaves the color at the top of the paper. Whereas this cardstock is going to absorb it. So I'm just going to just kind of dot it a little bit. All right. And I didn't do this one, so I'm going to redo that one because I think that's so much cuter. Okay. So next we're going to do, we need to stamp our sentiment here. So let's go ahead and grab that out. And we're going to stamp the sentiment that says Little Monkey. Now you can grab whatever sentiment you want. If you have a little birthday sentiment and want to do that instead, you can. All right, so there's my little monkey. Go ahead and stamp it. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered because you're going to fussy cut it out anyways. So let's just grab our scissors here. Now, if I'm making like 20, 30, 40 of these cards, I am not going to pick a card that I do a lot of fussy cutting on. I'll do something else. But if you're only making a couple, you know, doing the fussy cutting is not bad. But if you're going to be making large quantities, get the punch, get the dies. Just save your hands. Okay, let's bring in our, make sure I got the right piece here. I don't. Oh, that is the right piece. Okay. I'm going to bring in my leaves now. Let's go ahead and... Now, to line my leaves up, I am going to use my little punched monkey there. I'm not going to leave it on the paper while I'm doing it, but it'll give me kind of an eyeball of where I want to stamp. So let's grab some smaller blocks here. Okay. And I do want this little one as well. So what I grabbed is, I grabbed this leaf, this one, and one of these. So let's start off here. Let's think about where we want to have our monkey. So right about here looks good. So I know that I'm going to take my long one here, and you can do whichever direction. So you can stamp it this way, or you can stamp it this way. Does not matter. In fact, let's just make it opposite so you can see which one you like. So put one here. I'm going to lay him back so I can kind of see where I'm going with my next one. Okay, so I've got those three there. And let's take this. And I'm going to stamp one right up here. Okay, what I'm trying to do is hide these stems behind where my monkey is going to be, instead of having those stems all stick out. Okay, so I could just keep putting them on to make sure I'm covering that all up. And I think we could probably just stamp one more here. Well, you know what? I'm going to hold off on that one. I'm going to grab this, and we're going to put some in here. So he's right there. Okay, that'll work. Put one out here. Okay, that works. And I'm going to put a couple over here. All right, just like that. And yeah, our little sentiment's going to go down. I'm going to have him at an angle. Our sentiment will go right here. So I think we're good with that. Okay, so because again, I can't do this embossing for you, I'm going to skip that step when we're doing this card. Unfortunately, yeah, since you have to stamp on there, it won't work with that fern folder. So let's go ahead. We're going to bring in some color here. And I'm going to grab Parakeet Party again. And I'm going to grab Granny Apple Green. Again, my pens are starting to dry out, so I have to grab a couple extra. All right. And in these small ones, I'm going to do this in the bright Parakeet here. Actually, yeah, we'll just use, it's the light one. So I'll just color these leaves in. We're about halfway done with this card, if you're wondering on time frame. I've got 3 or 4 cards, other cards to show you that I've done. All right. And now I'm just going to color some of the, I think these are banana leaves. Like, I think that's what they are. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I think that's what they are. If someone else knows, shout out. Tell me. Okay. Yes, it's a lot of fun. And Judy, I do have a group of demonstrators, and I know that there are some from Canada. So I wanted to get like your postal code so I can let them know, because I know Ontario is a pretty big place. So give them kind of an idea who's closest. Are you a newer stamper, or have you been stamping before? So that whoever I talk to, I can recommend and let them know kind of where you're at in your stamping. And they'll reach out to you too. So I'll give you their information and you can reach out to them. They won't call you or send you an email unless you ask them to. Right. So now I'm just taking my light Granny Apple Green and I'm just filling in, okay, your new stamper. And this is a really kind of a fun set here. Just because you're coloring, you don't have to be exact. Other stamp sets that are really good are the ones that are two-step stamping. Because actually two-step stampings are not meant to line up perfectly. So you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I'll get you one of the Canadian demonstrator names so you have that. And you are totally welcome to always watch my videos and lives. And again, when you're outside of the United States and you like some of the projects, I do offer my tutorials for sale. So at least you have the step-by-step instructions, you'd have the video, you just wouldn't be able to have the product. I can't sell it outside of the US. It's against Stampin' Up! Policy. That's why they have a whole bunch of demonstrators from all over. All right. So now we'll just grab our green. So this was kind of the longest project here. Fastest to stamp, but it just takes a little longer to color. Ooh, now this green is really, this one's really juicy. It must be one of the new ones. All right. So you wouldn't even have to use the monkey on this one. You could just easily put a sentiment on a die cut and have it right there. I just think this is such a fun one. Yeah, Judy, I don't know if you have what's called postal codes or... Okay, perfect. Thank you. And I will make sure I get that to someone for you. Okay, so here we go. We've got that done. Let's go ahead and start our layers here. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one right to there. This is still a really cute card, even though I didn't do the embossing. In fact, I like it just as much, if not more. I like sometimes clean stamping. So this is one of those little cleaning techniques. So, but you will get everything in the kit except for the embossed piece of white. All right, now I want to put this up in dimensionals. And then I will tie my linen thread around. So I know I'm probably going to go about the middle. So I'm going to have to move this one down. Oh, excuse me, I just need to grab a drink of something here. All right. Oh, what's really weird is the only comment that I keep seeing on my screen is the one I posted with the host code. I must have pinned it or something. Oh, who knows what I did. Oh, I don't want to take that off yet. I'm going to tie my linen thread around. That's the wrong piece. What did I do with it? Here we go. I was like, what happened to it? I grabbed a short piece from the previous card. All right. So just go ahead and tie a bow. I'm going to end up making sure that my bow is off to the side. And what I find with linen thread is it's always easiest to tie a knot. Oh, I didn't. Oh, please, I kind of adjust that a little bit. Oh my goodness. I got clumsy fingers all of a sudden. All right. So sometimes when you unroll your linen thread off that roll, it's really curly. So again, I like to tie a knot first. There we go. And then I can tie my bow. I don't have to worry about calling someone in to hold my Well, not in place. All right. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to probably, I kind of like the big whimsy bow. Okay. Let's go ahead and I think I'm going to grab, my pen. And I'm going to see if I can maybe curl that a little bit more. Oh, no, it went straight. Okay. We'll go back to the bone folder. There we go. I just want to curl it. There we go. Okay. And let's put this back on our card base now, and then we'll decide where our monkey is going to sit. Add our embellishments, stamp the inside of our card, and it'll be done. So again, you can get this class kit for free when you place a order in my online store using the host code of $35, and that's before tax and shipping. If you place a $50 order, you're going to get the in-dot embellishments that we've been using, because we did use it on all of our cards. Oh, how cute is that? All right. I'm thrilled that this little stamp set is so cute. It doesn't matter kind of what you do with it. It's just adorable. You know, and who wouldn't like to get a little monkey card? Okay. I know some of my friends, like, sock monkeys totally freak them out, so they probably would not enjoy this card, but you could make it almost like a sock monkey. That would be kind of fun. All right, and we're just going to put our little monkey right here. I'll go ahead and put that up on my dimensionals. I do like using the little minis here because they fit onto these small little pieces. If you have the larger dimensionals, just cut them in half. They'll still work. Okay, we'll just put a little monkey right there. And I think I may just take a little spattering. This time I'm going to use my light Granny Apple Green. And then we'll add our embellishments. Oh, that one doesn't want to come out a lot. All right. You can barely see it. I just got a couple little spots on there. Put as many or as little as you like. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my embellishments, and let's go ahead and I'm going to grab our, well, you know, let's see. What color do I want to use? On my original, I used my copper. I think we're going to switch it up, and we'll use our, you know what, I'm going to use the Pebble Path. I think that's going to be kind of fun. Or I can mix it up a lot and use multiple colors. So we'll do that. So we'll grab a Wild Wheat. And another Pebble Path. Another Wild Wheat. And another little Pebble Path. All right. So odd numbers of embellishments kind of move the eye. Kind of form a little triangle when you're doing it. There we go. All right. So what do you think? So that is our card number 3 for today's class. Hope you like all these. Again, the ordering for this class is from today through May 16th. So you have to place an order using the host code by May 16th so that I know that you want this class mailed to you. And, yeah. Let's bring back in the original cards here. All right, so that was card 3. Let's get all of our other stuff kind of out of the way here. I don't need all these pens and stuff out. Oh, I put things in the wrong place here. Hold on. Because I don't have them in the right place, I'll be bummed out. Okay, this was our second card. Oops. And then our first card. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed these cards. Oh, there we go. With the 2 different designer series paper. I don't know which one I like better. I like both of them. I think they're both fun. Which one do you like? Do you like the polka dots or do you like the little hash ones? All right. So every week I'll be doing this virtual class. I'll be, I'm hoping I'm getting organized enough to get out a little email ahead of time so you know what is coming up. Feel free to join and watch, or if you would like to get the class kit, place your $35 order. Okay, thank you, and have a great weekend. Spend it with people that you love. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. Even if the child is not actually your biological child, you can still be a great aunt, sister, cousin. Anyone who is just a caring person can be a mom. So take care. Love you all. And thank you again for spending time with me here at my stamp studio. Bye. Oh, I was going to show you those cards. Good thing I didn't disconnect yet. Okay. So that was this was Elizabeth's card. All right. So here's one of the other cards that I received during my swap. And this is from Patience Holt. So she did a lot more. That's a lot of cutting out. Just saying. It really is. This is one of the swaps that I actually did. So I did reverse image stamping, and then I punched them out. Because on the other side of this one, I actually had that stamped image. So I could see where to punch it out. So I got two perfectly punched little monkeys. Here's another one that I did. I just thought this was really cute. So I stamped one of them and I punched one of them. And the inside I just add some of the banana leaves. Add a little bit of black gingham ribbons, some extra embellishments. And yep, those are the cards that I have. So thanks again. Take care. Have a fabulous weekend. The polka dots, okay. I'm just going back to the comments right before I disconnect. All right. Okay, I didn't miss anything. All right. Well, again, thanks a lot. Bye.